to very, very uncertain times right now. Okay. As you all know, I don't know if you can see what I'm sharing. Um, the entire normal has changed, as Sujata ma'am said, and as all of us were actually discussing right now, is how do we get through this? How do we get through this together? Right? So what I really would like in this entire session, we're going to have, as Rashi ma'am actually said, we are going to have a short presentation, which I'm going to talk about. I would like to interact with you. I would like to get to know you. It's good for you to speak up, because I don't possess all the, the answers to all the questions. We can discuss and we can see how to best resolve, because each situation, each problem can be different. And it's best that we speak up and we can ask some questions. And then of course we will end the session with a solid demonstration of how meditation can actually help. And let me tell you one thing. You see, and this is, if at all, one thing that you want to keep, that key takeaway that you have to take away. When the Lord gives problems, he also gives the solutions to the problems. Okay? So if there's one key takeaway that I want you, that this is the first thing, is that if there are problems that come our way, the solution to those problems are also there. The only thing that we need to do is to find that solution. And you're all teachers. I'm sure you say the same thing to your students as well. And when the problems are much more subtler, then you need to use subtler techniques to be able to decipher the solution to the problems. Okay? Especially the problems are related to your children, your family, your things that you don't have direct control over. How do you deal with those kind of problems? Okay, so that's and then of course how meditation as a tool clearly helps. We're going to have session 2 and session 3 tomorrow. We have got, you've got different set of speakers. That'll be this. So I strongly recommend you to stay on for session 2 and session 3, because they're going to be different. Today I'm going to talk about, the importance of meditation and how meditation really helps. And then tomorrow they're going to talk about what prevents you from meditating, and what are the difficulties of meditation, and how a different technique will really help. And then finally, the third is going to be different. So each day is going to build upon each other. So this is my small sales thing to make sure that you attend session 2 and session 3 as well, which is equally very important. Okay. With that being said, I also I'm going to talk to you about, for those of you that joined a little bit later, I'm also a family man. I'm also a family of 3 no longer teenagers. I had teenagers. My eldest is 26, my middle one is 24, and the youngest is 21. They're all youth. As you all know, youth, bigger kids means bigger set of problems. So I'm a family man with that to carry on as well. Plus, I'm a son. I've got 2 aged parents with me. My mother is a kidney patient, a heart patient. My father is 88. My mother is 80. They both live with me, and we live in a joint family together as well. So the challenges associated with that also, I am there. So I bring to you a normal life, that of a professional, that of a father and of a husband, and then third, that of a son, of aged parents, and that too living in a time such as ours in India, where and in the world, where the entire pandemic is really testing the best or the worst out of all of us, right? So how do we deal with all of this, and how do we as a group together come out of this stronger? So I'd really like to commend all of you, each one in this meeting, because you have done the first 50%. You've taken the best step forward towards improving yourself, right? Which is much better than those of you that are not here, because they've not taken that step. I'm sure they'll take a step at some point in time. I'm not criticizing them, but you've taken that step. So let's make this time worthwhile, such that we can all learn and grow out of this. Okay, so with that, that's my intro. Okay, let me. So I kind of knew from those of you that are, some of you are from Mysore, some of you from Trivandrum, from Calicut, I'm sorry, some of you are from Delhi. What other parts of the world, what part of India are you from? And just if you can just tell me currently how you're feeling, just one word. If you can just tell me, that would be really, really good. Anybody, just open up and just tell me how you're feeling. Don't feel shy. Yes, Sujata ma'am?
Happy.
Happy, great, thank you. Wonderful. Who else? I don't see any men speaking. This room is full of women. So Akash, I'm going to put you on the spot. How are you feeling? Where are you from? And just quickly introduce yourself, please. Akash? Or how about Abhignya? That's a nice name. Abhignya Joshi. I hope it's a boy's name. Okay. Bhaskar. I'm going to pick on all the men until I get some response out of one man at least. Bhaskar? Okay. Feeling anxious and overwhelmed all the time. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Chandra ma'am. Thank you. Let me see. If you can't speak, that's okay. You guys can go on. How do I get the chat session going? Any ideas? Somebody can help me. How do I see the chat session? Can somebody help me?
Sir, it will be there in the right corner. Right
Great.
side bottom. Yeah.
Pleasant. Yeah, great. Thank you. Just had an anxiety attack. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing, and hopefully we will help you through this. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. One more thing I want to tell you is that this is a safe zone. So whoever shares anything stays in this room, stays in this conference. Okay. So thank you. Bindu ma'am, thank you. Good. Pleasant. Wonderful. Uma ma'am, thank you. So it's important that you have to understand different people are going through different things. Feeling a bit relaxed, Kripa ma'am. Great, thank you. Okay, so you will feel after this session, hopefully through the practical, a session of actually relaxing, hopefully you'll feel better, right? Fear to go out because of COVID. Yes, Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Yes, we're all like that. In fact, as you go out, the first thing when you step outside is before you even, wanting to talk to somebody, you put your mask up because you don't know if the other person has got COVID or not, And if you look at the news, it's crazy, in terms of the amount of news that is coming, lack of beds, lack of oxygen, the number of people that are dying, so it's extremely distressing. Okay. So all of your, feelings and however you're feeling, right, is justifiable. So don't feel that you're alone. A lot of us are feeling the same thing. Now, the question is, we have to be able to handle it together. Okay, so that's the purpose of the session here today. Okay, feeling overwhelmed and anxious at times. Yes, correct. Imagine, if somebody is, if it's feeling that here, imagine how the children are feeling. Imagine how the elderly people are feeling, who have no control, right? So, you have to understand that different people are in different frame of mind right now. Okay, so thank you. Good. So let's continue, right? Let me kind of build this. So now the question that you have to, this diagram that I just put together is, it's very important at times, you all know that during difficult times, it is important to pause, right? And today's session, I really want to hopefully, if at all anything, it is a session for another hour and a half for us to pause and say, what the heck is going on in our life right now? What just happened in the past? Where are we right now? And where are we going to go? And the poise is very important because the poise determines how we respond or act in that situation, right? So we all know that we have to pause, and we are pausing. in this session. Now, hopefully when we come out of this session, we will get a better idea of how can we be poised and how can we respond with poise. By the way, the word poise is very important. Poise is, just, it has a very nice word. How to respond with dignity, with being truly human, with compassion, right? And if you look at what poise really means, and I've been kind of thinking about it, and it really stands for pursuit of inner self-excellence. POISE. Pursuit of inner self-excellence. And by the way, we designed a program, Heartfulness has designed a program around this, of how to act with poise. Right? When somebody is poised in their demeanor, right? So they have pursued their inner self-excellence, and in that process, they're expressing and manifesting their inner qualities in an outward manner. Right? So this is what you will deal, if you look at, in somebody like, Mr. Abdul Kalam, you can see this man is a man of poise, right? If you look at some great men, people who have stayed with us through history are people who have been, who are men of poise. So this, hopefully, in this session, we want to take you from the fact that you have paused to get a handle and a grip over the current situation, to how to get to a state of poise. Okay? That's what the purpose is. Okay. All right. Feel free at any point in time to interact with me through the chat. I love to hear from you. Love to hear questions from you. I'm completely open because I'm completely watching the chat. It's very difficult for me to conduct the session online. There's no right or wrong answer. There's nothing that's going to be critical. It'll be easier for me to be able to explain to you a lot more of these concepts if I know what you're thinking. Okay, fine. The other thing I want to clearly tell you is there's this nice quote that I really read from Anon. He says, we're all not in the same boat, but we're all in the same storm. In the sense that we are, each one of us in our respective homes have our own set of problems. As I said, I have, children who are at home who are dealing with, situations because they're at home. They have, issues because they can't meet their friends. They're frustrated because they're dealing with, adults. I've got an elderly set of parents who are sick, who are not well also. I've got my wife who's very anxious about everything that's happening in the future. I've got my own set of problems with work and stuff like that. So we're not in the same boat, but the environment that we're in, which is the storm, is the same. So we have to be sensitive to that. Okay. So just setting some context here. Okay. Now the other thing is, okay. So now the other thing I want to clearly kind of tell you a little bit more is that there is something called a stimulus, right? And for those of you that are in engineering, we love models, as you know, right? And anything that we try and do, we're trying to represent ourselves. If you have a transmission mechanism, for those of you that teach networks, you have a message transmitter, and then you have a receiver, then you have a message, and you have a channel, a medium, and we can go build equations, models around it. Right? Similarly, I've tried to kind of put this into a very simple way. You've got a stimulus, which is, COVID is a stimulus, and we have a response, and we as human beings are expected to respond to that. Now, in between the stimulus and the response, there is something called the space that we really have. So between the stimulus and the response, there's a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In that space lies our power to choose our response, how we choose to respond. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. See how powerful this is. So this space, this pause, this space is very, very important. And how we utilize this space. If we waste the space, and if we panic, if we get angry, if we throw tantrums, if we have lost it. But if we use this space in a very, very careful manner, and we pause, and then we act with poise, then we're able to use that space to our benefit, basically. So this is something, in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Okay, so that's just an important quote that I felt was very relevant to me. Okay. So now I'm going to give you I'm going to ask you to visualize something, right? Just kind of, play. If you look at it, there are, we live in what is known as this VUCA world. And now we're in the e-VUCA world, right? This VUCA, the word VUCA, VUCA, was actually termed by someone in Harvard. He said that we live in a volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous world. This is the world that we live in. And now all of this is done electronically right now, because we're all inside in our own world right now. And if you look at it, right, this VUCA world we've kind of put this world into, 3 different circles. And there are 3 circles of stimuli that are there. When you talk about stimulus and response, there's the circles of stimuli in our daily lives. Circle 1, circle 2, and then circle 3. And in the middle of the various circles of stimuli, we are in between, in the middle, basically. And we are asked to respond. Okay? All right. So this just setting them some context. Okay. Now, if you look at it, okay. So the first circle or circles is a circle of my concerns. Right? So there are so many concerns that I really have. So if I ask, for example, somebody who said, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, who just said, for example, she's concerned because of COVID, right? Now, she's clearly, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am is not under control about the COVID virus, about the transmission, about the number of people that are there. This, it's a valid concern that she really has, but it is a concern that is directly not within her control, right? So like this, if you look at it, there are so many different concerns. I just wrote so many, for example, economy, is an area of concern, because let us say, Indian rupee can fall. And, because of that, a lot of jobs can be lost, for example. There could be, the weather could play a havoc. Sometimes we could have huge storm, right? And, there could be too much water. There could be flooding. Right? We could have COVID, which is what we're dealing right now. We could have natural calamities, right? We could have stock market, somebody who's working in their industry, stock market. So you have so many, issues right now, which is the first circle where you could be concerned about, which you can be affected by, which is directly not in your control, right? And if I ask you, if I was there physically in class with you, with each one of you, we could have a discussion and we could write so many more such areas of concern. Like, for example, I know my neighbor, for example, who's a professor. She's a professor at a university. Up until last week, they were making her come face to face amidst this crisis, and she was trying to say, please shut down the universities. Now they've shut down the universities, but they've made her take a pay cut. So she's asked to take a pay cut. They've not reduced the amount that they're taking from the students, but they've asked her to take a pay cut. All her requirements to pay is still there, but she's asked to take a pay cut. So she has no control over it, right? At least in the short term, right? Like that, we can go on and on, right? I mean, and each, as you said, if you look at each boat may have their own set of difficulties, but we're all in the same storm, right? This is the first circle, okay? All right. Now, in the second circle, now this in the case of the concerns that are triggered by COVID, right? It adds to this, right? If you look at it, the number of fake news that we're getting because of COVID-19, the concerns because we can't socialize, we can't go to anybody's house, we have to keep the business going, we have to keep The people who are running the business, they have to keep the business going. They have to pay their employees, right? Cash flow management, employee motivation, so if job security, all set of issues are even aggravated even further because of COVID-19. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that you're. So that's the first issue. Now the second set of concerns that we have is called the circle of influence. Okay, and this circle of influence really talks about all the things that are people whom I can influence, right? To some extent, we can influence our children. For those of you that have teenage children, you probably can say you're probably smirking right now, but this is probably possible. If you try your best, you can at least have a conversation. You can try and influence your kids, your sisters, siblings, maybe your stakeholders, your boss, your spouse, friends, parents. So these are people that the word influence, they may listen to you, they may not listen to you. That's why the word influence matters. By the way, that's why at Intel and most companies and in corporates, and the word how to influence, the art of influencing. And as I get more senior, I have to get better at the art of influencing. And this influencing becomes a very, very important criteria. But it's possible. It's important. Influencing means, how do I get somebody to listen to my point of view so as that we can all be together in this? That's the second area of influence. Okay. First circle is the circle of concerns, which I have no control. Second area is this of the areas where I can influence, which I have some control, not all control, but have some control, right? And the third area, the third circle that we're talking about, consists of elements where I'm in full control, right? So I'm trying to make things a little bit easier in that. In this circle specifically, it's what I do with my life, the fact what I eat, how much I sleep, how much I exercise, how much I meditate. Do I meditate? Don't I meditate? What do I do with my time? What do I read? If I read, what do I read? How much I socialize, how much I donate, what do I do with charity work? All of that is in that realm of that circle of control, right? And there is what you have full control. So in circle 1, you have circle 3, you have full control. Circle 2, you have partial control. And circle 1, you have absolutely no control. It is you are at the midst of the whims and fancies of everything that is there. Okay. Any questions, thoughts, comments? I've been talking for so long. Any questions? Okay, great. Chandra, what does multitasking mean here? Wonderful question. So multitasking means that, and you women are maybe the best at it, right? Much more than the men, is that your ability to deal with everything that is there in circle 1 and circle 2 and do that effectively as part of your action in circle 3. That is called multitasking, right? You have to be able to deal with everything that you're concerned with. You have to influence, people that you have, possibly, and yet get to improve and get to do everything you're supposed to do. That is what multitasking is. How to improve? We'll talk about that. That is where so you're all doing it, you're all good at it, but now the question is, how can we improve? Wonderful question, Vijayalakshmi man. Hang on. Hopefully at the end of the session, you'll get some gyan, some information of how to do this, right? From no control to full control. Yeah, absolutely. So this is the real, this is the range that you deal with. Problems with where you have no control to where you have full control. How do you deal with it, right? And the secret there is, if you're doing things with where you have full control properly, it will help you to deal with number 2 and problems in number 2 and number 3, number 2 and number 1 more appropriately. So the secret to that, from no control to full control, if you do all the things that are within your control properly to the best of your abilities, in other words, you sleep well, you eat well, you eat sensibly, you exercise well, you meditate, right? And if you read the right set of books, to positive books, and you judiciously, don't read unnecessary things, everything that's within your control, then level 2, circle 2 and circle 1 can be better managed. If you don't manage the circle 3, that is there and fully controlled, then it becomes more difficult for you. That's the key learning. Okay, great. Now, how much control is necessary? Actually, that's a good question. So, we don't need much control. We just need the ability to manage. We don't need to control everything. We need the ability to manage. That's what everything, enough control is necessary for us to be able to manage everything that is there on our plate. That's what we need. Okay, great. Good interaction, good questions. Now you guys got it, right? In terms of, in circle 1, circle 2, circle 3. Okay, anything else before we go to something else? Okay, good. People finding it interesting still? People are still with me? Yes? Okay, I'm going to take silence as yes. Perfect, thank you. Great. Now let's go forward. Okay, so now the question is, the challenge in front of us is, how do I reduce my concerns, right? Because I cannot manage, I can't really control, all the things in circle 1. So I need to be able to reduce some of my concerns. How do I increase the influence? How do I make sure that my children, my husband, or my wife, right, or my spouse, or my parents, or my boss, my siblings, they listen to me? How do I increase my sphere of influence? And how do I regain and intensify my control, right, towards the things that I can do? That's what this session is all about. That's the best way by which you can deal with uncertainty. Okay, that means that there are certain things that we need to start, stop, continue, or change. So it's very simple. So what we're going to talk about, we know the problem, but the key thing is how, right? So if at all anything we're going to talk about today, it's how. How are we going to do this, right? So that means that, so to simplify things, there are certain things we need to start doing. There are certain things we need to stop doing. There are certain things that we need to continue doing if you're doing things that is helping us, and certain things that we need to change within ourselves. Let me give you specific examples. If you're not exercising, you need to start exercising. Very simple. That is directly within your control. If somebody is on, I think
English laya. Huh?
Really mute your thing, mute your phones.
I think Professor Venkateswaran, please mute your phone. Thank you. Sorry, sir, for the inconvenience.
sorry, was I muted? Can you all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Wonderful, wonderful. So first thing, if you've started, if you are reading too much of the news that is causing anxiety, so let us say, Chandra ma'am, you said you were anxious. If let us say you're listening to too much news on the outside, you need to stop, because that is creating anxiety in you. So you need to stop doing it. So each one is, each boat is different. So you have to analyze what is causing some issues, and you need to stop it. If, for example, you're eating well and you are, then you need to continue doing that. And if there are certain things by which you're getting angry or you're getting anxious, you need to change. If there are certain habits that you don't have, then you need to change. So these are start, stop, continue, change is something that you need to start looking at. And each one of you should probably start. If I were you, after the session today, I would look at what do I need to start, stop, continue, and change. And I would list things down, and I would create an action plan. This is how I would gain control of my life. Okay, this just a small secret. All of you know this, but it's just a reminder for all, or sometimes just good to remind ourselves, basically. Okay, make sense? Any questions? Okay, great, no problem. So now let me tell you what heartfulness does. So this, in heartfulness, we have 4 things that we really advocate. One is we talk about relaxation and meditation. Okay. What we believe is following. We'll tell you one thing, and I'm a fundamental believer in this. If you are relaxed and if you are calm, there is no problem in this world that we cannot solve. I'm telling you today, each one of you in this room, please remember this. If you are relaxed and if you are calm, if your mind is calm, there is no problem on earth, no problem that even God can give you that you cannot solve. You are even more powerful than God. I am telling you this. The only thing that is necessary for you is to be relaxed and is to be calm. Okay. So this, keep in mind. So this session is all going to be about how can I be relaxed and how can I be calm under all circumstances. This is the secret that we're going to do today. We're going to share today. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we're going to talk about rejuvenation and inner connect, right? Which is very, very important. Rejuvenation is, rejuvenation is very important because I'll tell you, I'll give you a secret about what, not sure who's the person that's going to come and talk to you tomorrow. It is the law of inertia. How much of a calm and quiet that calm you are, if you put a ball and the ball is rolling, there's something called inertia that takes over. So the inertia keeps the ball from rolling forward. So ultimately the ball will come to a stop unless it's a very smooth surface. All of us know this, right? What law of motion is this? What law of motion is this? That a ball will continue to roll unless unless, what law of motion is this? Newton's first law, correct? Right. So it's very simple, right? So the rejuvenation talks about how much ever calm and poised that we are there. There's something called inertia. How do you make sure that the inertia doesn't, prevent us? And then how do you keep ourselves rejuvenated such that we can continue to remain calm and continue to be relaxed? That's what tomorrow is all about. That's what it's a session on rejuvenation. And the last session is on inner connect. How can I maintain the connectivity with the wisdom that is there within me? Like I told you in the first thing, that the answer to all your problems is there, provided that you are connected with the wisdom that is there within you. So how do you remain connected? That's the third session that is going to be there. So don't miss any of these sessions because the sessions build on one on top of the other. Okay, make sense? Okay. So Rajeshri ma'am, this is for you, so that the session 2 and session 3 people talk about this, and I will connect with you afterwards as well to make sure that this is continued. Okay, does that make sense, Rajeshri ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so now today we're going to talk about the relaxation and meditation. Okay, all right. So now, what we're going to do today, I will take you through the core practice. I will make you relax, and I will make you meditate, right? For sure today, and you will experience it today. Okay, in about 10 minutes. We'll do it in 10 minutes. Okay. So, and this step is all about that. This relaxation step can be done at any point in time, right? And this you can teach it to anybody that you know. I will take you through an example of how to make somebody relax. Okay. Okay. So now somebody asked a question: how can anybody say that there is wisdom in everybody? Good question. And what is wisdom, right? So wisdom. So the question is, wisdom really means, right? What is wisdom? Right? That's a good question. And how do you know that? Wisdom means that I do what is right for myself and what is right for everybody that is around me. Right? Wisdom really means that I do what is right for myself and what is right for everybody around me. This capability is there in each one of us. Now, whether we choose to be wise or not, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, is up to us. The ability to be wise is there, but unfortunately, we don't choose. We have to choose the right set of tools to be able to introspect and to be able to look within and to be able to derive the right wisdom answer and pause until the time we come up with an answer that is good for me and good for good for everybody around me. This is called in corporate parlance win-win. When you have a win-win situation where you're the winner and everybody around me is a winner, basically. Okay. So can it be good for both? Absolutely. It has to be good for both. So we must wait and pause and be patient enough and to strive for a solution that is good for me and for the other party. It has to be a win-win, and that is wisdom. And until then, we must persevere. Okay, so that's why the perseverance is very, very important. For that, we have to be relaxed. Right? This relaxation, if you're relaxed and if you're of a calm mind, we will arrive at it. People want typically what happens is people give up too early. Okay, so anyway, so coming back to relaxation, so you can relax. So I will teach you through this process of relaxation. I'll give you an example of this. If you go to heartfulness.org, you can just type up heartfulness relaxation, and it will come up. Whatever whatever I'm going to take you through today is also available online. My homework to all of you today is try it tonight, or if not tonight, even tomorrow at any point in time. Even children can do this. If not today, you can ask your children. You can do this for your children. Play this video and see how they respond to it before they go to bed. They'll have a good night's sleep. Okay. And step number 1, which is called relaxation. Okay. All right. Now, practice number 2 is meditation. Okay, meditation is nothing. By the way, this word meditation is overused, right? And meditation just only means to continuously think about something. If I have to tell you in a very simple words, to continuously think about something is called meditation. And by the way, we are very capable of meditating, each one of us. The only thing is we don't know how. We meditate on the wrong things. If some worry comes in front of us, we meditate on that. If, let us say, our child has gone somewhere, we meditate on that. We turn our mind in the wrong direction because we don't know, because the mind is controlling us as opposed to we having control over our mind. So when through the process of meditation, consciously trying to gain mastery over the mind, gain regulation over the mind, we are able to bring control over the mind, basically. Okay, and we'll talk about that. But meditation as a subject, as a topic, only means that to continuously think about something is called meditation. And this is the core practice. And this is like an exercise. If you are able to master your mind, what I mean by master your mind is make mind your friend. Then you can make it do anything that you really want. So that it's like this, having a healthy body, right? If you're having a healthy body with nice muscles, isn't it really, really helpful? You can lift something very heavily. You can do a lot of good things, a healthy body. Same thing with a healthy mind. If a mind is healthy, it listens to you. It is under your control. Imagine how much you can do, right? You can be you can be in the present. So for example, when I was having young children, I could be cleaning my kids' diapers and enjoying that, and at the same time presenting to my VP and enjoying that as well. So the entire spectrum I'm able to do. So I'm able to be in the present, fully present. You understand? That is the potential that is there when your mind is fully balanced. I'll pause here. Any questions? Any thoughts? Again, I've told you some theory. I have not shown you practice yet. We'll get to the practice part. The how part of it is what the fun is. Okay? But the theory is what I'm trying to explain to you. It's important to be relaxed, the mind to be relaxed. It's important for the mind to be calm. Okay? Any questions? Okay, good. No questions means that's good. People are clear. So here, I'm just going to put a small graph. So what is meditation? So when you put a lot of effort in meditation and you try to focus your mind, and then your mind is unfocused, then you are frustrated. This is the left quadrant over here. When you're putting a lot of effort into meditation, and your mind is still remains unfocused, you are frustrated. If you don't have any effort, and then if your mind is unfocused, you're daydreaming. You're enjoying it, right? Daydreaming. If you look at children, for example, they're just lying out there in the sun, or in their hampers, and then basically they're just daydreaming, which is another state to be in, right? If you have put a lot of effort, and if you have a focused mind, then you're concentrating, right? By the way, you can't be in this if you're putting a lot of effort. If your mind is very, very focused, and if you're putting a lot of effort to put that focus, it results in concentration. And what meditation is really is in the right hand quadrant. If you are focused, but you're effortlessly doing it, then it is meditation. So that means that you can meditate for a long period of time, right? You cannot, if effort, many people think that concentration is the most important thing. In fact, it is not, because when you're focused and you put a lot of effort, then you can tend to burn out, right? So when a lot of people get burnt out, there was one question that somebody asked, right? Somebody asked a question: how to prevent oneself from having burnout cycles, often by alternating between overworking and giving up for a bit repeatedly. When you put too much effort and you're putting too much focus and you're concentrating too much, and you do that for a long periods of time, then it will result in burnout. So you cannot do this. That's why, for example, when people ask you to do this for an extended period of time, you end up burning out. So meditation is your focus, but you don't put any effort. For example, now, even if there are 70 children, that are my children play music, they play loud, rock music, or Bollywood music, and I could go into meditation, and effortlessly I can go into meditation. I have been doing it for a long period of time. It is possible for each one of you also. If you do that, then you'll realize that this is the state of meditation that you can get to, and it can lead you to a state of samadhi and stuff like that, which we'll talk about. Okay. So although we know how to make it as habit, many a time we start but miss to continue. Yes, good question. So good question, Sujata ma'am. How do we make something like a habit, right? Which is very, very important. See, therein lies your wisdom, your ability, your discrimination to choose the right thing. And you're all adults, and I'm not going to prescribe this. Once you know what is good for you, you must choose what is good for you, right? All of us, at least at this age, wherever we are right now, we must prioritize ourselves. We must do everything that is good for ourselves, because you have to understand, we have reached a phase in our life right now, and I'm going to tell this very, very frankly and bluntly to all of us. When you look down, your children are looking up to you. You can't seek their help. You look up, your parents are not somebody, they are looking down to you for your support. Okay? So you look down, your children are looking up to you. You look up, your parents are looking up to you. You look sideways, like, let us say, Sujata ma'am looks at me. I'm carrying a heavy load myself. I can maybe talk to her, but I can't take some of everything that she does. It is her load, I have my load. You understand? So we all have to take care of ourselves. So if at all anything, again, as I started off, each one of us have to take care of ourselves. And the highest priority, that means that you have to continue to do a lot of the things. So for example, I wake up in the morning at 4:30, no matter what it is. I sleep on time. I don't eat more than certain things that I don't eat. I exercise regularly. I sleep regularly. These are things that I prioritize, because I don't want to be a burden to my parents. I don't want to burden to my children. I don't want to be a burden to my peers. I want to be healthy. So you have to make yourself a priority. You have to gain control over everything that you have to gain control over. Okay. Now the question that Dr. Prasunna asked is how to control our thoughts. Good question. Don't worry. You don't need to control your thoughts. You just need to you need to be able to manage your thoughts. Okay, and we'll talk about that. how to manage your thoughts. Okay, Dr. Prasanna, just give me some more time. I'll get to this. Okay. And then Shobha ma'am said, absolutely, anything done without a break for 21 days is set to become a habit. Is this true? I urge you, Shobha ma'am, and to this entire group to try this. I urge you to take it upon yourself as an experiment to try it. The answer is yes. In fact, I did it. I wanted to wake up regularly at 4:30 in the morning. I used to wake up at 5:30, but I didn't have enough time because I wanted to wake up at 4:30. And now I do yoga from 4:30 to 5 because was developing some back problems. And then I work, and then 5 to 6 I would meditate, and 5 to 5:30 I would take my bath and stuff like that, and 5:30 to 6:30 I would meditate, and I would go for a walk, and all these things I wanted to do. And I did it, significantly for 21 days. And now, even after, when I went for a surgery and I came back, even after that, even in the hospital, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning because it does become a habit. So Prasanna ma'am, I'm not sure if it's so Dr. Prasanna, please, and everybody, it's very true. It is possible. 21 days continuously, you apply the metal to the pedal, or pedal to the metal. It will become a habit, basically. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so I think so this is meditation. Okay, so the object of meditation is very key. And somebody asked a question specifically, okay, has it reduced your backache? Yes, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, yes, it has. Yoga is very, very important. Like, for example, yoga is union, and Hatha yoga is very, very good because it brings together all parts of the body. Hatha yoga is very good. Also, for example, yoga of the mind is very good. But I want to come back to meditation, which is a very important topic. But see, the mind is very disturbed. And somebody asked the question, how to control your thoughts. So there are so many thoughts that really come in your mind, right? I don't particularly like this particular foil because I don't like. So the goal of meditation is to go from an undisturbed mind with a lot of thoughts to a serene mind, right? And the secret to that is something very, very simple, guys. I'm going to give you a simple secret today. Is that when it's like this, if you have the ability to focus, right? And you as women, you know that, and right? If you, for example, you have the ability,
Voice, yeah, I think Dr. Ramesh voice is not audible now.
Yeah, I guess we lost him. We shall wait for a few minutes. Maybe he'll join back.
naturally drop off. That is really what the secret is. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please
So
go ahead.
actually, we lost you for a moment. So.
Oh, did you lose me?
Yes, sir.
Who was this? Was this Rashi speaking, or who's speaking?
Yes, sir. It's Rashi.
Great, thank you, Rashi. So what aspect did you lose me? And what do you want me to repeat? Which
So
specific?
like it was a few seconds back only. Also, your presentation is not visible now.
Oh, it's not, is it? It says you're sharing Microsoft PowerPoint. Second.
Yes, sir. So is it just a topic over there? Yeah, maybe you can represent it.
Sure. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me know if you can. Can you see what I'm sharing now?
Not now, sir. Yeah, it's.
Can you see now?
Yes, sir. But this, yeah, sir. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. So, wait, was I sharing only up until now? That you only recently that I stopped sharing, Rashi, or has it been?
Yes, sir. It was recently that you stopped sharing it.
Okay, dear. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming up and telling me.
Sure.
Okay, great. Now I lost the chat. Let me get the chat group because that is my lifeline to all of you guys. Okay. Good evening, sir. In Corona lockdown. Okay. So let me let me answer the questions a little bit later because there's a lot of interesting things. Access our most so now the meditation, what it allows you to do is that it allows you to connect yourself to the most precious resource that you really have, where your entire life resides, where quote unquote, where I think Sujata ma'am or Vijayalakshmi ma'am, somebody was asking me about the wisdom, the ability to do the right and wrong, the heart. It allows you to connect to the heart, basically. This ability is there, and the is the ability to connect with the heart is possible in the heartfulness meditation, basically. Okay, so anyway, but that's what it is. Now I'm out of time. I can talk. It's 8 o'clock. I need to give you a flavor of meditation. Okay, and then I want to be able to give at least about 10 minutes to answer any of your questions. Okay, so hopefully I gave you an idea about what it is. So if there's a key takeaway in this, there are things that is there within your control. There are a lot of areas, there are spheres that are out of your control, that you don't have control over. You need to be able to reduce some of that. You need to be able to increase the areas where you can influence, and the ones that you have complete control over, which is your own self, you need to be able to improve that, right? So that and gain complete control over that. And one of the biggest ways by which you can gain control and mastery over yourself is by gaining mastery over your mind. Okay, and this is what we're going to talk about right now. I'm going to take you through a relaxation session and through a meditation session, and then I will open up the floor to Q&A, and then we'll wrap up. Is that okay to everybody? Is that okay? Yeah. All right. I'm going to take silence as okay, and I will answer some of your questions. Kayampally, Rayampally, Rudrambika, ma'am, I'm not sure if it's I'm sorry. So I will answer all of your questions afterwards. All right, we can stay and we can answer. Okay. With this, can we get what I like you to do is, I would like you to put yourself on mute, which you are already. Okay, and I will take you through a relaxation session. So just follow my instructions. And then what I really want you to do is, when I say please start meditation at the end, I want you to put a thought that there is the source of the divine light is there within your heart, and you are putting your attention on the heart, and you're imagining as if the source of the divine light is attracting you from within. Okay, so that's really what you want to do. Okay, so so I want you to close your eyes right now. I will take you through the process of relaxing. I'll make you relax your body, and I'll prepare your mind for meditation. And I'll take you through, when I say please start meditation, you just put a thought that there is divine light in your heart, and the source of the divine light is attracting you from within. And that's all I want you to do. Okay? And you leave the work to me to work until I say that's all. Okay? All right. Now, close your eyes, and let's prepare our body and our mind for meditation. Sit comfortably. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let go. Relax. Now let's prepare our body and our mind for meditation. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Now bring the attention of your mind to your feet. Wriggle your toes. Stretch your feet. Your feet is completely relaxed. Feel the energy of the earth rising through your feet, relaxing your entire body. Bring the attention back to your feet again, your ankles, lower legs all the way up to your knees. Relax your upper legs all the way up to your hips. Your hips and both your legs are completely relaxed. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, let go. Now bring the attention to your abdomen and to your chest. Relax your abdomen, relax your chest. Take a deep breath in, refresh yourself, breathe out, relax. Now bring the attention of your mind to your arms, starting with your hands, your fingers, your wrists, all your lower arms, all the way up to your elbows. Relax your upper arms all the way up to your shoulders. Both your arms are completely relaxed. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, let go, relax. Now let's relax our back, starting with your lower back. Relax your spine all the way up to your upper back. Your entire back is completely relaxed. Now bring the attention to your neck, facial muscles. Relax your neck. Gently bring the attention to your face, starting with your chin, your jaws, your cheeks. Feel your nose relax, your eyes, your ears, all the way up to your forehead. Relax your temples. Relax your head. Now your entire body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, is completely relaxed. One last time, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let go. Relax. Now bring the attention of your mind into your mind. Let's prepare your mind for meditation now. Keep your mind relaxed. The attention of your mind into your heart. Stay there. Feel the presence of calmness in your heart. Bring the attention of your mind to the source of the divine light in your heart and feel it attracting you from within. If your mind gets diverted, gently bring your attention back to the divine light. Don't force your mind. Keep it relaxed. Until I say that's all. Please start meditation. That's all. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the condition of your mind and your heart after meditation. Try and connect with that condition. Feel it grow throughout and spread throughout the body to every cell from the top of your head to the tip of your toe. Let each cell imbibe that condition. Become one with it. And your entire body is united with that condition after meditation. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. That's all. So, what you need to observe, those of you that you can hear me now, you should observe the state of your mind before and after meditation. Be able to remain still within yourself. Probably realizing you've meditated for almost 20 minutes, 25 minutes now. And what did you like about the stage, the state of being within? Of course, the thoughts disturb you. So these are things that you should introspect. If you'd like to talk to me after the meditation, we can get in touch. You can be in touch with me. I'll put my contact information to you through in the chat box, and then you can always reach out to me through WhatsApp. This is my cell phone number, and so just I want to kind of revise that we're all not on the same boat, but we're all in the same storm. Hopefully, with what you have learned today, we're all now equipped to weather all storms. So by gaining control of everything that is within our control, our exercise, our eating, our meditation, if we continue to do this, we will be able to weather all the storms that come in front of us. Thank you. That's all that I had. I'm now okay to entertain any questions that people might have to me. So over to you, Rashi ma'am, and to anybody, the host.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session. I hope there was a lot to learn for all the audience today. So also, would I like to open the floor for questions? All the participants are requested to put their questions in the chat box. Also, so just in case you shared your contact number here, we are not able to see it. I hope you shared it to everyone.
No, actually, I did not. Good point.
Yes.
I was very partial to Anandi ma'am, and I just sent it to her by mistake. I just sent my cell number to everyone right now. It's 98455-42414. I am reachable through WhatsApp. I'm not the only Heartfulness trainer. We have 13,000 trainers worldwide. We will connect you. Rajeshri Hegde ma'am is here. She will connect you. And anybody and everybody is at your service. We are here to help you weather your storms by offering you the ability to meditate and teach you to meditate. And that's the service that we provide. Thereby, you'll be able to manage all your storms and also help other people deal with their storms as well. So that's what we have. Okay. Okay. Good. Tell me any questions that any of the questions that people want to ask about.
So we have.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
So we have a question here.
Yeah.
How older generation people were healthy without these? Is it that their thinking and way of living was so high?
No, actually, that's not true. A lot of the older generation were following yoga and were following some sort of relaxation techniques. But now what has happened is things have become a lot faster. See, the olden days, I don't know if you all lived, when I grew up in with my grandparents and stuff like that, we had a very relaxed, simple life, eating, sleeping, and they didn't even have TV at those point in times. So the older generation had fewer problems. They had fewer issues. And of course, they were religious, they were calm, they simplified, but now things have opened up. If you look at the current generation right now, the current generation of problems with social media, with the amount of information that is available to us, the pace at which the openness, because the fact that the earth has become flat, the pace at which we can connect, communication, there's goodness in this. We've invited a lot of problems as well. So thereby, we need more tools to be able to manage and cope with it, basically. So I will share my email address. My email address is very simple: ramesh.krishnan@volunteer.heartfulness.org. Okay, this is my email address. So you can also reach out to me this way. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. What's the other question? By the way, no thinking was high. The problems, so Vijayalakshmi ma'am, the problems were lower, so they didn't have to worry about it too much. Now the problems are much bigger, and we need more techniques, basically. That's what it is. And of course, they did do meditation. They were religious, and they had ability to cope at that point in time, basically. Okay, what is the other question? Well, okay, what else?
So we have this other question here. How can we handle multiple responsibilities of equal importance and priority, and you do not have the chance to stop and take control? Does this work?
Good question. So, Bindu ma'am, the way to do it is you can do multiple responsibilities, and you have the ability. The key is, can you be in the present here and now for every single responsibility? If, let us say, when you're working, if you're worried about what has happened at home, or if you're worried about what is going to happen in the future, then you're not in the present. It's going to hamper your responsibility. So how meditation allows you to do is that meditation allows you, it trains your mind to be here and now. So once you have the ability to be here and now in every single situation, then you have become a master over your mind. So you've become a master over time. So you can give equal importance and you can be present to that particular thing that is there. And that is the way you can do multiple responsibilities effectively, basically. Right? So the key is meditation. If at all anything, meditation makes your mind your friend, and your mind can be your enemy also, which is what it is in most of our cases. Once you make your mind your friend, voila, you've got it. Right? You've got the secret to doing multiple things with boys. Okay, great. Good question. What else? Rashi ma'am, over to you. We're over time, by the way, so we're 8:31. So
Yes, sir. So here we have another question. Can you kindly share difference between prayer and meditation?
good question. See, prayer will be covered in the last, which is called the inner connect. Meditation is nothing other than is a tool to gain mastery over your mind. That is meditation, to make your mind your friend. Once you make your mind your friend, you can use it to pray. And prayer really is the best explanation I've heard about a prayer, which I'm going to share with you, is depicted this way. It says, a prayer is a cry from the nature within, the capital nature within, to the capital nature throughout, for a need that needs to be fulfilled. Let me repeat. Prayer is defined as, it's a cry from the nature within to the nature that is there, capital nature that is there everywhere, for a need that needs to be fulfilled. Right? So that is what prayer is. And there is a way to pray. And the best form of prayer that I can give you is when a baby lets out a cry, when a newborn baby lets out a cry. A cry, it is the best explanation of what a prayer can be, how innocent it can be. It does not even know, the baby does not even know why it's praying. It just lets out a cry from within it. It knows, it does not know why it's crying. It just knows it's uncomfortable. And the discomfort can be because of multiple reasons. It can be because it's hungry. It can be because it's having a fever, or something is pinching it, or it needs something. It does not even know. So that is the innocence with which we need to pray. And the mother typically runs in the form of God, in the agent of God, to address what the need, the prayer, right? And changes the diaper or gives it food or whatever it is. That is the difference between prayer and meditation. But you need to come to session number 3. I gave it away, but this is the session number 3's topic, which is the inner connect. Okay? Hopefully that answered your question between prayer and meditation. What else?
So, sir, we have this trailing question from Vijay Lakshmi ma'am to her
Sure.
previous question.
Yeah.
They were broad-minded. How to prioritize?
No, I don't think so. Anybody was broad-minded. I don't think so. The people in the past were better than where we are right now. I don't personally believe in this. We are human beings. They had their difficulties, and they had their good points as well. Like we have right now. We have our difficulties, and we are good as well. We have to accept. So now there's no point in us praising them as if they were great. They were great because they had simpler problems to solve. We have more complex problems to solve, and we have to go solve them. That's all. So there's no disrespect to them, but we are equally capable of being broad-minded. That's what my point is. So we have to understand that we possess the same amount of potential of broad-mindedness like the people in the past. We have to have that confidence, number one. Number two, how to prioritize? Start by prioritizing yourself first. Circle number 1 first. That means that you have to take, especially women, in this forum. If there are women in this forum, please prioritize yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, exercise. All of that, you have to take care of yourself first. You have to become calm. Prioritize yourself. Then prioritize areas of circle of influence. And then finally, prioritize the areas of your concerns and how to handle them. This is how I would prioritize. Yourself first, so that you can gain control over that. Those are your direct control. Then influence, then the area of circle of concerns. Yeah. Okay, what else?
So here we have the last question, sir. How does meditation help in controlling others' emotional appearance or behavior?
We cannot control other people, and we should not control also. We can only control ourselves. Yes, just last week, my daughter threw a big tantrum at home. She wanted me to get angry at her, but I was not getting angry at her. I was calm. And she was getting angry at the fact that I was not getting angry. But she continued to become angry. I remained calm. She didn't talk to me for 3, 4, 5 days. But then she came back to me and said, Dad, I was getting angry at the fact that you were not getting angry. Our job with meditation is to regulate ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We must not control other people. If by our behavior we are calm, then other people will naturally start becoming calm. That is the best way to, that is called poise, which I talked about at the beginning. From pause, when I am in poise, in a state of poise, when I act responsibly, then people around me will actually act responsibly. This is the best way to be. So this, hopefully, meditation will allow you to do that. Basically. So, okay, thank you. We're out of time. I thoroughly enjoyed this interactive virtual session. You've been a wonderful audience. I mean, I didn't expect so much of wonderful interaction. Thank you all for being here. I learned a lot as well, and hopefully you all benefited from the session as well. I am okay to hang on a little bit more and answer any more questions, but if people have to leave, out of respect of everybody's time, I think we can adjourn the session right now. So thank you. Over to you, Rashi ma'am.
So thank you so much, sir. It was really an amazing session listening to you and practicing it together. It was really wonderful. And I hope all the participants had a lot to learn and take back with them, which they can really implement in their lives. So now I would like to request all of you to switch on your cameras for a group photo.
Oh, finally I get to see everybody. That's nice. Wait, who's who here? Yeah, unfortunately, oh, Anandi ma'am is there. I can see. Great. Hi, Sujata ma'am. Great. Bhaskar, you were supposed to say hi to me. You didn't say hi. Okay. Hi, Bhaskar. Good. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am. Great. Kalpana ma'am. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nice. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Wait, why are people opening one at a time? Is it just my wait? Nalini ma'am. Thank you. Welcome. Chaitanya sir. Great. Dr. Suresh Kumar. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for joining. Wait a minute. I see. Oh, Bindu Thomas. Hi, Bindu ma'am. Thank you. Nice to see you. I wish everybody had kept their videos on. All of you have such wonderful faces. How come you all hid it? Huh? Kept me only from opening my face. Huh? Thank you. How about the rest of the people? They're not open.
I would request everyone to switch on their cameras so that we can have a nice group picture here.
If we're all here face to face, next year we'll probably try and meet face to face. We'll make IEEE a gathering face to face. How about that? Huh?
Definitely, sir. We would love
Let's
to.
do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
So I guess we are done with our photo session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Also, we have a small token of appreciation for you, sir. So I would request Advait to kindly present it to you.
Okay. Is it medication or meditation? I hope I have, no, this is I should remove the C and put the T in between. Advait, over to you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a small mistake from our side and we really apologize for that.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. In fact, there's a small thing that we did. One of the program that I did was I used medication and I punched out the C and I put a T in there. How to punch out the C and put the T. Through meditation, you can remove medication actually. So no problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. That's really an amazing approach to it.
Yeah.
Again, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you. Also, I would like to thank all the participants for joining us today. We have 2 more such wonderful sessions lined up for the next 2 days, and I hope to see you all there. So now, with your permission, ma'am and sir, I would like to close today's session.
So actually, we would like we would like to have feedback, please. I think feedback link should be sent. We would like to receive your feedback. We want to improve on it. We are a service organization. We don't charge anything. We would like to have your feedback, so please provide your feedback. Once again, people like to get in touch with us. Feel free to get in touch with us as well. We are here to serve you, right? Such that you all become as strong as possible. So thank you all for participating. Okay. Have a good evening. Good night. Okay. Bye, Rashi ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for
Very
joining
much,
us
sir.
today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir. It was truly a very informative and very interesting session, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Great
Sure,
learning.
Sure.
Such a
Thank you very much.
wonderful, inspiring, and meditating session, sir. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Anti ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Good. If do you want me to hold on, or do people have more questions, or do people want to hang up? I want to respect people's time, but I'm here to answer anybody's questions if people have any questions.
I think we'll connect to you on an email, sir. We have taken almost closer to 2 hours of your time, so I do
Sure.
understand. We will connect you on an email with you. We'll stay connected with you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sounds good.
Have
Thank
a great
you.
day.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.